what you talked a little about clubs, and I know Clubhouse is monetizing. Do you have any information on that for anybody that is a Clubhouse user? Maybe you can explain a little bit about that.
Yes, so Clubhouse now has implemented the send money feature, so the tipping feature, and it's still a soft rollout. Not everybody has it. I don't have it yet, but a lot of people are going on stages and sharing some valuable information that you typically would pay for at a conference or whatever. And so they've integrated this tipping feature. We'll see how that makes Clubhouse evolve. I really am curious on seeing if it's going to turn bad, because right now anyone, like if Paris Hilton was in a room and I had a question for her and she was taking questions, I can raise my hand and go talk to Paris Hilton. Whereas maybe in the future, they say, okay, well, if you want to come up on stage and ask her a question, it's going to be $500. Just go ahead and hit the send money feature. So right now, one thing that I really like is that it's anyone can get on stage and ask a question to some people that you, again, would typically spend a lot of money to go and ask that question to. And I really like that fact that it does kind of give it like, hey, look, we're all just people here hanging out, having a conversation, where now that the money has been involved, I do feel like things are going to change, but they have to figure out a way to monetize it. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see how things continue to evolve.
And as you had mentioned before, on Clubhouse, you can create your own clubs within Clubhouse. And that could, for example, I could have the Business 360 Podcast Club, which I don't, but I could create a Business 360 Podcast Club. And, there could be members that follow me, and, I can host a room that's just for those members. Or I can host a room for my members and for anybody on the outside. Now, I've heard, and I don't know if they're doing this. I honestly haven't kept up, but are they monetizing the clubs themselves, where to be part of a club, you have to pay maybe a monthly fee or something like that?
I mean, that's always an option. So, I mean, you think about it. So you did a great job explaining what clubs are and different ways to have them. One of the things that some people do, so there's free Facebook groups. More people are familiar with Facebook, so I'm going to go off of that. So
Perfect.
Think of a club as a Facebook group. And there's some free Facebook groups. I'm a part of a ton. And I'm a part of those groups because I'm put in a group of people that have a similar interest that I do. And we can just go in there and have a conversation with each other. That's the idea behind clubs. Now, I'm also a part of some paid Facebook groups. It's still free for the owner of the Facebook group, for the admin of the group to host it on Facebook. But what they're doing is giving that the exclusivity of being a part of this Facebook group. So when you sign up for my product, you get access to our exclusive Facebook group where we go live, every Friday. And so that's, and it's $300 a year or whatever. So that's what I foresee a lot of clubs turning into. This is just me, thinking out, with my social media mind, because it's been done in the past with Facebook groups. So why not with these clubs? So if you wanted to give the listeners of the Business 360 podcast access to your exclusive Clubhouse club, the Business 360 Club, and every single Friday after an episode launches, you're going to go in there live with that guest to speak directly, to have more Q&A. So if anyone was listening to this podcast live, they could then join on Friday to come and ask you and me questions after listening to the podcast. But you only can come to that room if you're a member of the club, and it's $10 a week. So that is a way for you to give your biggest brand advocates more access to you and what your product is. So that's what I foresee happening. Again, maybe I'm wrong, but money is what makes the world go round, and I foresee a lot of people trying to do that with their clubs.
What's the name of your club?
So I have a club. It's called Next Step Mods, and I'll be full disclosure, I'm trying to figure out what direction I want it to go. I started the club and I had a strategy in mind, and I think I think that my strategy has kind of evolved a little bit because what I want to offer, I don't know if I can do it within the club. So that's, yeah. So I'm in a weird, like purgatory love-hate relationship with my own club right now.
I'll tell you, I was doing a daily room from Monday to Friday with another friend of mine. We were talking, it was strictly for solopreneurs and entrepreneurs about your business. And we enjoyed it. And we met some great people that became our regulars. What advice do you have for anybody that starts a room and no one shows up?
You know, and I think that it does have something to do with, I know I said this before, but with all the clubs. And so people, they're not being shown your room. So I have recently been trying a new strategy of hosting that same room in different people's clubs. So under different club names. So reaching out to the founders and saying, hey, this is the room I would love to host at this time. What do you think? So I think that's another good strategy too. I think that when everyone had the opportunity for a club, it kind of was like club overload. And so
It was.
Now the algorithm doesn't really know what to do with all these people that are in all these weird random clubs because they're just joining their friends clubs. So that's a new strategy that I'm trying. And I do agree that it can, if you decide to open up a room and no one shows up, that's where having your other social media networks in your email list are so important, because scheduling your room and putting it out there and then saying, hey, now you have a shareable link and say, hey, for those of you that are on Clubhouse, be sure to join me on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, because I'm going to be doing a deep dive on how to host a moderate in a Clubhouse room. So that way, all these people that you've already connected with on these other platforms are like, oh yeah, okay, well, I'd actually love to hear Katie's room sometime. I know she's posting about it all the time. I will go and show up to this room. So that way you can promote it with your already warm audience. Hopefully then those people who have already connected with you on other platforms will show up. But if no one shows up to your room, seriously, give it 15 minutes. And that's where it's so helpful to have co-moderators, because if anything, you've already scheduled this time out of your day. The two of you can just have a conversation and catch up. And if someone decides to join, bring them on up onto the stage and then continue the conversation with them. So as you're getting started, I mean, I come from radio, so I'm used to talking to myself for an extended period of time. Not everyone is. So that's why it's great having your own little mod team that you can piggyback off of each other with.